Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that impacts all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence. And today we're joined by another distinguished guest. Michelle Rodolini, who is the Executive Director of the Beckley-Raleigh County Chamber of Commerce, is here with us this morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the forum.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the people out there that may not be familiar with the Chamber of Commerce and what you all do you do for, Beckley-Raleigh County?
So the Chamber of Commerce is a business network. So if you are a small business owner, big industry, healthcare, education, you belong to the Chamber of Commerce because we provide you with important community resources. We advocate for your voice when it comes to our local government and our state government. And then also we just provide a lot of networking opportunities and advertising opportunities. We also have the ability to get your messaging out through our strong email list and website.
Awesome. I think we get a lot of, press releases and things from you about new businesses coming to the area. So that's been really helpful for us, looking for news and things to, tell the people. So, and, you have an event coming up, the Job and Resource Fair. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So we all know that finding employees is really tough right now, post-pandemic. And our area, I think, struggles in particularly because we have a new designation as a national park. So we have a lot of service industry jobs. And so we wanted to help out those businesses that are looking for employees. We also have an energy industry here. We have a lot of coal mines, coal production's up. All of the coal companies need employees right now, among others, retailers, restaurants. I think that we've all seen post-pandemic, a lot of businesses have had to trim their hours back. And so maybe they've chosen a day of the week to be closed, and they've shortened their hours just to accommodate the lagging workforce. So the job fair that we're having is hopefully going to bring lots of people out and get some exposure to those businesses and the jobs that are available in this community.
Great. And what type of, what businesses, will be in attendance that people can, expect?
Right. As I said, lots of hospitality industry businesses, restaurants, hotels, banks, coal companies, just things that, I guess it will be a showcase. We have about 70 businesses that will be there. So it's going to be a showcase for job seekers to see what kind of jobs are out there. And a lot of times people complain, that they feel like they have to leave the area to find good work. And so this is going to show people that there's lots of good working opportunities out there. We're also going to be providing resources, and I'm excited to talk about that as well.
Awesome. And is there anything that, job seekers need to bring, to come on out, or do they need to sign up, or?
Yes, absolutely. So if you're a job seeker, you can go to our website, and we have a QR code there where you can see the vendors that will be there. But one of our partners, along with Senator Manchin's office and Goodwill Industries of Kanawha Valley, is Workforce West Virginia. And Workforce West Virginia has a list of job seekers that are, always looking for jobs. And so they have emailed the information about the job fair out to almost 10,000 job seekers in 6 counties. So we're excited. So if you are participating in the Workforce West Virginia program for finding a job, definitely visit their website, and you can see the specific jobs that are available, some starting pay ranges and that sort of thing.
Great. And we were just talking about resources there. What type of things could they expect there? Would there be like resume writing type things, or?
Yes, absolutely. So some folks have some barriers to employment that maybe employers aren't always in touch with, and they don't maybe have internet access to be able to download a resume, and they may have some transportation issues. They may not feel comfortable in an interview setting. Maybe they've never formally interviewed for a job. So we're going to have a resource room there. That resource room is going to be provided by Goodwill Industries of Kanawha Valley, and also New River Community and Technical College, who is one of our main sponsors, will also be there helping in the resource room. And they will be doing mock interviews, helping with resume writing, and also just just talking to folks about what their barriers to employment are. So just kind of circling back to the hospitality industry, you know, a lot of those jobs are entry-level jobs. For instance, in a hotel, you have housekeeping positions, you have restaurant positions, you need dishwashers, you need janitors, you need those sorts of things. And a lot of folks that are perfect candidates for that may not have transportation, maybe they don't have a driver's license, you know, maybe something has happened in their life. And so those organizations, Goodwill and New River Tech, will be there to help people navigate those things. Another resource that will be there is New River Transit, which is our transportation system in Raleigh and Fayette counties. And they're going to be talking to people about the lines that they have available, the monthly pass that you can purchase. They will specifically pick people up and help them get to work. So I think these are all resources that our employers are going to be so happy that we're sharing that with job seekers, and job seekers are going to be, you know, they're going to find a lot of opportunities out there that they maybe didn't know. And so we're hoping that we can maybe get all of our businesses amped up, especially before we get into our busy tourist season here in West Virginia.
Oh, definitely. And you said the New River would be there as well with the Park Service as well?
New River Transit, which is our bus service in Beckley and, well, actually Raleigh and Fayette County. And so they'll be sharing information about how you can use it to get to and from a job each day.
And I also see here Joe Manchin's office is supposed to be coming as well. So what type of you know, things will they be doing there as well? I mean, I see they support you all. So.
Yeah, Senator Manchin's office has been awesome. So they've always done a big job fair. You know, that was one thing that the senator recognized, is that, you know, we need to get West Virginians to work. And but when the pandemic came, and you know, it seems like everything always ties back to that, they were unable to do the job fair, and they just really haven't been able to amp back up to that point. So we contacted the senator's office, and they were so excited to have the Chamber of Commerce lead the charge. And so they've partnered with us again as a resource. So the senator and I made a little promo commercial together, and we've been airing that on television, and also all of our radio sponsors, which include Southern Communications and WJLS and Multiplex Media. They've all run the PSA for us. So they've been really helpful in just getting that information. The senator, you know, putting together something that would catch people's attention. You know, I think when you see Senator Manchin on TV, you're going to say, hey, what's he talking about? And so hopefully that will get lots of job seekers out, because this is really going to be win-win if we have, you know, we have over 70 employers that'll be there, but if we also have thousands of job seekers coming through, that's how this is really going to be a success.
Definitely. And I think that'll definitely help, you know, having the senators, you know, co-sign there. It was like, yeah, I support this, and I feel that you guys can, you know, go out and find some great jobs and opportunities they probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. So, and we'll also be there too. I think one of our meteorologists will be coming. So anybody interested in working at WOAY, we can always use more reporters. But, I was also going to ask about, you said interview areas will be available. Will there be any, you know, on the job hiring?
Yes,
on the site hiring.
Yes, some of our employers will absolutely be hiring that day. So what we're providing is just some private areas where an employer can take a potential employee and just sit down and talk with them for a few minutes, and then find out if they, you know, both want to go to the next step. So yes, that will be available. There will be applications available for folks to fill out. I know in particular that a lot of our coal companies will absolutely be hiring on the spot that day, or at least getting them in the application process. I don't think anybody hires on the spot without a little background check, but they will be very excited to see what job seekers are out there, and you know, who has what it takes to join their company.
And I'm glad you mentioned coal, because I was actually going to bring that up next in the coal industry, because I know that especially being in the news, it's been a lot of back and forth, especially with like restrictions and climate change and things like that. Do you believe that do you believe that, the coal companies here, they're still, looking for, experienced coal miners and things like that? Because sometimes I think it may be difficult for them to, make sure that, for them to ensure that there are still jobs out there for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're spot on. The industry has fluctuated, and certainly with different regulations. But I think that, finding power is, for the power companies, coal is so important to that. Certainly, all sources are great, but it's expensive now. And so West Virginia coal is in demand, and production is therefore up for the coal companies. And so it's like they are always catching up, though, when things are down, then maybe they have layoffs, and then all of a sudden it's back up, and now they need employees again. So they're just trying to, keep up with what's going on in the marketplace. But they are definitely in a demand period right now in their businesses.
And with the job fair and everything, do you all need any volunteers or any way that, people can participate and help out if they wanted to?
Certainly. If you would like to help out, you can call the chamber, 304-252-7328. And we could certainly use help in getting people to the right employer that they're looking for. We will have a map there. So if you've gone online and you've seen who all is going to be at the job fair and you're specifically looking for an employer, having greeters to help would be very welcome.
Yeah, because this looks like it's going to be a pretty big event, so it might need some help navigating a couple of things. So
yes, and it's one day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and so we're expecting a lot of traffic to come through. As I said, Workforce West Virginia has been so key in helping to get information out to all of their job seekers. So we are excited. And then New River Tech, who is our sponsor, they are really one of the big educators here in the area that are training people for jobs that are available, from nursing to being an EMT. And so, I think that they're very excited to have some students there as well. Also, Concord and WVU Tech will also be encouraging their students to come out because, remember, when we grow up in West Virginia, we get educated here, the next step is we want everyone to stay here because we've now created, a talented youth, and we don't want them to leave. We don't want them to take their talent elsewhere. So we're excited to have this job fair and show them what there is to offer.
Definitely. And I feel this is an opportune time as well since it's graduation season. It's a lot of new graduates out there looking for work. So I think they'll be out there.
Absolutely.
All right. And before we go, we're about to cut our first break. Could you plug the contact information one more time for the people to find you all online?
Sure. If you are looking for information about the job fair, first and foremost, go to our website, www.brccc.com. That's 3 C's. Or you can call our office at 304-252-7328. And anyone that answers the phone will be able to help you out.
Awesome. All right. Well, that wraps up our first half. Come back for our second half where I speak more with Executive Director Michelle Rodolini of the Beckley-Raleigh County Chamber of Commerce about the upcoming job fair. Welcome back to Community Forum. I'm here with Executive Director Michelle Rodolini, and we're talking about everything about the Beckley-Raleigh County Chamber of Commerce. We just got done talking about the job fair, but we want to talk more about community beautification and all the things that you all are encouraging with that.
Yeah, so as you said, we talked about jobs and how important those are to the efforts from our tourism department to make West Virginia known for its outdoor recreation, including the designation of the new national park. We have more and more people who are discovering our beauty here, things that really can't be duplicated. It's not stuff you build. These are natural mountains and creeks and rivers and lots of wildlife and flora that's just indigenous to the area that you can't find anywhere else, and it's really being discovered, and it's a great opportunity. It's a great economic opportunity for our area to thrive. And so the Chamber of Commerce, one way we help with that is to really encourage the community, especially our businesses, to put your best foot forward. We've just completed a series of litter sweeps with our Raleigh County Make It Shine program. And it's kind of mind-boggling to see the types of trash that you pick up. I can tell you every color of plastic bag. I know where yellow ones come from, red ones come from, and gray ones come from, because I feel like we are constantly pulling them out of our beautiful trees. And so what we want to say to our businesses is, as we start this travel season, this tourism season here in Southern West Virginia, pay attention to your road frontage. That's really our streetscape. And having overgrown weeds in the front of your business, not sprucing up your landscaping, allowing litter, cigarette butts, cinders to be in your parking lots, this all speaks to that first impression that travelers have when they come to Southern West Virginia. And so that's really a way that everybody can do their part, is just to take a little more note of that. And so that's one thing that the Chamber really encourages. We're also really focused on the arts in the community. The arts, proliferation of arts in a community really shows that you are a diverse community, a creative community, and that is very welcoming to people that are coming from out of state. They want to live in a place that's safe and is accepting. And so we also are really encouraging people to incorporate art into their streetscape however they can, or their building, especially if it's like dilapidated, maybe needs some paint. Art is a great way to sort of spruce up an older generation building that was maybe built in the 40s or 50s.
And I think it even gives it a little more historical value, like especially like an older building, things like that, because it's kind of making it new again a little bit and preserving it.
Yeah, and it's expensive to tear down a building. There are a lot of businesses that have closed, and there's nothing worse than, seeing that shuttered door and, maybe dust and on the windows, and but it's very expensive to demolish a building. So, just cleaning it up and painting can really help. So, and with our national park, it's not like we have one grand entrance at one place. You come in and out of the park from Summers County through Raleigh County and into Fayette County. And so this really affects, everyone in Southern West Virginia, businesses and residents. We just really encourage to take pride in our area.
Cool. And do the chambers sort of, I know there are different chambers for different counties. Do you all sort of collaborate on that a little bit to sort of like, yay, let's keep our community clean, so wherever they're coming from, it looks beautiful.
Yes, we all work together, and as far as litter cleanups, it's not always just the chambers of commerce. Certainly the Fayette County and Raleigh County chambers are very focused on the beautification, but we also have other organizations like the Piney Creek Watershed Association, and of course they're very concerned with what's in our streams, because that certainly it all flows downhill, and that's where our source of water is. So they have a lot of efforts as well. Lots of community organizations have litter cleanup efforts. The Rotary Club, Beckley Pride. Everybody is always trying to take the time to volunteer and keep the community clean. And the chamber, as you said earlier, we have the ability to get that information out to the community. So we make sure we're always posting those things on our website and sending out email blasts and making sure that people know how they can jump in.
Awesome. It's a real team effort.
Very much so.
And I want to talk a little bit about the Business After Hours event. I've heard of them a couple of times, and I know this time we're hosting. So, what does that entail? What kind of...
So Business After Hours are a great opportunity to connect with people that you've maybe been wanting to talk to, business leaders. Maybe you have an idea, maybe you have thought of a way that you could collaborate or partner to make something happen in the community. And this is a time when everyone just kind of takes a breath. They're always from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So you finish your workday, you come out, there's always great food, entertainment, and networking. And so we do them on Thursdays. And the one that's coming up is on the 18th, this Thursday. And yes, it is sponsored by WOAY. And we will have all of our employers that are there for our job fair. They are going to be at this business after hours. So you're going to have built in, almost 70 businesses there. And then also we are inviting, chamber members and others to come out. And so it's just a great opportunity, again, to connect. It's a time when everyone just kind of stands around and maybe says, hey, why has this idea stagnated? Didn't we talk about doing this? Where did this fall short? And, oh, well, this happened, and people can kind of get back together and then start to move things forward again, because everybody gets busy and, talk and you have great ideas, and maybe you get back to your desk and, you get bogged down in your emails and all the little tasks that you have to do. So the business after hours are a great way where people can just kind of clear their brains of all that task-oriented stuff you do during the day and just be social, kind of like everyone says, oh, great business is done on the golf course. I say great business is done at a business after hours.
Yeah, it's kind of like a relaxed environment to really talk and kind of brainstorm.
Yes, absolutely.
So is it open to the public to come, or is it mostly just businesses only, or?
This will be for our members and the public, anyone that would like to come out and see who all is going to, what businesses are there.
And do they need to register before?
Yes, you can register on our chamber website. Again, that's www.brccc.com. When we send out our emails, there's also a link, so you can just click on that. And the cost is $10 a person. But it's a great business after hours. There's really good food and shrimp and libations, so it will be a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time. A place to come and speak further. And this is before the fair, correct?
Yes, this is the night before the fair. Oh, and that is an important thing that we haven't talked about. But the job fair and the business after hours are at the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center.
County Convention Center. And let's see, we have a special here, bring 10 or more special. What does that entail? Yeah,
so if a company, some of the companies have a lot of employees and they want to bring them out to talk. It's $10 a person, but if you want to purchase 10 tickets for your entire company, then anyone after 10 is free. So you can bring as many people as you want for $100.
And that's I guess that could, bring more people around to talk about their positions, and that might be like able to attract more people that may have a niche-like position that they do. So
right, and we just, we don't like to charge for these, but that just covers the food cost, and this one is, a really yummy one, and then all of the shrimp and the drinks are sponsored by WOAY. So very nice.
I had to drop by and get a plate. Let's see. Oh, and when we were talking about the arts, I actually meant to ask you, is there any, kind of collaboration with maybe the Beckley Arts Center about these beautification projects and maybe like getting more arts out into the community?
Absolutely. So we support and partner with the Beckley Arts Center. In fact, the executive director, Robert Moore, is on our board of directors. So there's constant collaboration, just seeking out local artists, using the Art Center's creativity to come up with good ideas for someone like me who maybe doesn't have as creative of a brain. So really rely on them for the innovation and the perspective. It's just, it's a great partnership.
And if anyone was, interested in joining the chamber, I've actually spoke with Robbie Moore before, and he kind of spoke about how they're different people, like how you were just saying, there are different people, involved that can offer different things. If there was somebody that felt that they could, bring something to the Chamber of Commerce, how could they join you all?
Yeah, you can search that out online, again, at the website, brccc.com, or you can call our office. We have a wonderful membership development director, Denise Southern, and she can talk to you about what your goals are, what you're really looking for, and she can help you to join and, tell you the places where you're going to get the most benefit out of the chamber. And, again, just those networking events are really where you can make those connections.
And I love asking, for the people out there, that anybody loves to volunteer and things, will you need any volunteers for your business after hours as well?
Sure, we can always take volunteers. Just give us a call and let us know what your availability is. And another thing too is we have connections with all of the other nonprofits in the areas who are also seeking volunteers. So we can certainly connect you with different organizations that we know have events coming up where they could use volunteers. Everyone always needs someone to help meet and greet and point them in the right direction for big events.
Definitely. Every forum, every time somebody has an event going on, I make sure to ask about volunteers. Because like anybody out there, that wants to help out, this is a way to get involved.
Absolutely.
And speaking of getting involved, what really inspired you to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce?
So I actually did my internship during college with the Charleston Trident Chamber of Commerce in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was paired up with their business education partnership. And this is basically where a business sort of adopts a school, and they provide resources for them and put on events to help the students understand what kind of jobs are out there, to prepare them, but also just financially support them. So I've always been a fan of chambers of commerce, and as a entrepreneur here in Southern West Virginia, my family, they've been entrepreneurs for my entire life. When the job became available, I thought, well, it just kind of all circles back. This is where I started off in college, and this is where I'll finish my career. So I'm very happy to be a part of such a great organization, across all communities in all states. The chambers are sort of the heartbeat of the business community.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Forum. That is it for today, but you all be sure to come back next week where we speak to another distinguished guest about important things going on here in Southern West Virginia. Have a happy Sunday.